Hey, I hope you're having a good day. My name's Justin, and for the past few months, I've been commuting on my motorcycle. This is not my motorcycle. This is a cool visor I got. That's really nice and reflective and full of bugs. Anyways, commuting on the bike. So there's a bunch of things that were kind of expected, and then some things that came into frame that I was like, oh, I did not think I'd have these feelings or this experience, and so it's been a learning process. That being said, like just from the get go, I highly recommend it, especially if you're on a new bike that you're needing to learn. Like seat time is paramount, and it's just so much fun. And you get out there and you reap the benefits. And there's like some drawbacks, but I think the drawbacks are also benefits. This dog is just really eating his toy. Hey, go to your kennel. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm gonna put him outside. Oh, okay, where was I? Yeah, riding to work. So every day kind of starts the same. I say that, but I did have something happen where that kind of changed my everyday. But we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, you're just waking up, taking your shower, doing all the hopefully you shower. Please tell me you shower. You need to shower, but after you shower or take a wet wipe like bath, you put on all your gear, you get on the bike, and you go. And lately, it's been darker. But when I first started riding, it was nice and bright out, and I had my clear visor. Everything was cool. I was having a good time. But on that ride into work, you're just making little decisions, and you're not in a rush. And I'm never really in a rush when it comes to the motorcycle, but there's some times where you're maybe a little bit more excited. You're going out to see friends, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get there a little faster. You're going to work, and you don't want to get to work faster. You're kind of just enjoying the ride because you're like, I'm going. I like my job, but like you're kind of going to a place of sadness. So you're like, I'm gonna enjoy this moment because once I get there, I have to work and do other things, which is fulfilling. Whatever, yeah, all that stuff. But the ride there is just so much fun when you're on a motorcycle. Driving is like you feel like you're in the traffic. When you're on the motorcycle, you feel like it's a motorcycle. So beyond all like the mood boost things, which is obvious, like you get there and you're like, I'm better than you because I ride a motorcycle. No, but you do get to practice those little things, and that's huge and a pretty big deal. Um, I will say there are drawbacks. Namely, I was riding a lot in the summer in just the brutal Texas heat. And let me tell you, when you're on the freeway and that freeway is going slow and you're getting cooked alive, or when the temperature is like 102, so you're not cooling, you're just sweating. But I think that's part of it. I think all the challenges that come with it, like if you get caught out in the rain, which I was actually very lucky. There was one or two times I got sprinkled on, but my pants would get kind of wet and damp, which did raise some questions, but mind your business, Brian. Um, Other than that, it's just part of the deal. I think it's what I like about motorcycling, which I want to get into a little bit more at some other time. But it makes you more resilient. I think because you're having to put up with the elements, and I don't really mind it. And I think if you frame it in the way that, oh, this is giving me more of the motorcycling experience, where you're out in the heat, you're out in the elements, and you're braving that, and you're doing something that's more primal, more rudimentary, where you're feeling it a lot more. I remember there was an old man a few days ago that had to tell me about his friend that got really really injured when I was getting ready to ride, because that's what people do, because they're like, "Oh, motorcycle. I know someone who didn't wear a helmet and got drunk and died. So I'm going to tell you before you start riding." But he was sweet. He was actually not, but he ended up being sweet when I started filming, which was funny. But he started talking about like electric motorcycles and how I haven't been on one, but my thought would be that it would feel not as rugged, and I think that would bother me. So that's just kind of encompassing for me why I think motorcycles are not for like the weak, because like I was saying, in the summer when everyone's, in their car in the AC, everything's good, they're having a good time. Meanwhile, I'm amassing such historic amounts of ball sweat that I could, like, I don't know, flood a small village with. It's just I'm sorry. I'm new. I'm new to this. Anyhoozle, during this time, I did hurt my back, and I was helping my dad move some stuff for his bakery and big heavy machines. I had some like lower back pain going, and I helped him move stuff anyways, and it kind of messed me up pretty good for probably like a week and a half. I couldn't do anything. Like even just this was miserable. That's why I'm a little pudgy right now because it's been a few weeks not working out, but just started back up. It's good. Back being hurt. I'm getting lost. It was an ordeal, and then the second I got back on the bike, when my chiropractor was like, "Hey man, you can do that. Just like take it easy." But for a few days, I did have to take my vehicle, and that is a huge negative. Like if you do physically hurt yourself, you're probably not going to be able to ride for a little bit. I mean, I wasn't able to be in a car anyways. It was like pretty rough. I was not happy, but we're doing a lot better, and I think it's strengthening back up. Anyways, whatever. You don't care. Um, the motorcycle part of this is that there were a few times over these few months where I was about to ride and excited to leave for work, and there was just some feeling. Maybe it was lack of enthusiasm, or I didn't feel like up to snuff, and I just didn't go. I took the car instead because I didn't want to hop on the bike and be like, okay, maybe my brain is telling me in the back of my head, like, hey, we're not up to snuff today. We don't feel like doing all the things that riding a motorcycle requires, so I take the van. And that happened a few times. But even when I was doing that, I was like, man, I want to be on the motorcycle. But there also was sometimes don't ride. And even if I had a tinge of that, I would always kind of trust that. And sometimes I'd be butthurt and I'd be like, oh man, it'd be a beautiful day. I'd see some dude. I always see bikers when I'm in a car. I never see them when I'm on the bike, or it's super rare. Like when I'm riding, no one else is. But when I'm in a car, I see just a dude, and I'm like, that's freaking cool. I don't know if you have that experience as well. Anywho, I I think that's part of why I like the commuting aspect is that when I get to the point where I'm tired and I don't want to ride the bike, I feel okay doing it. And I know this is probably because I'm fairly new to riding, so I just want to, experience it all the time, and other people have like gotten a good relationship with it at this point where they're fine choosing the car or the motorcycle, and I think I'm getting there. I think that this has helped because I get so much time on this bike, so much practice, so many little moments with it. I don't feel guilty taking the car sometimes. It's rare though, because I just enjoy being on the bike so much, especially like the FJR is big and lumbering, but it's comfortable and I have a lot of space on it. And if I want to take someone else on the back, I don't feel rude being like, okay, you have no room. Good luck holding on. I have a top case so they can lean on it. And there's plenty of room for me and whoever else on the back. So that's what's nice about it. But all in all, I think commuting is awesome. And I think I get the bike being a fun at the end of the week thing or on the weekend, and that's great. But if you have the privilege of having like multiple bikes, which I'm soon going to be there, I still have that 250. I have a plan to fix it up because I have a friend that wants to ride and I want to get that fixed up for him so he can have something to kind of start on. And it, if he drops it, it already looks like a bike from Mad Max. It's kind of rough to look at in the light. I'm confronted by my shame. But I think the best thing would be to have multiple bikes, for multiple roles. I feel like everyone always says this, but I really relate to it. I don't want like one end all be all bike. I mean, I have a sports touring bike that I do everything with right now that I adore. But I've noticed that in commuting, I'm way more perceptive of what people are going to do because I'm going to work. I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm not rushing. I'm just having it's just it's just more time. It's just more practice. It's a good time. And even if you're super experienced, it's more time with your bike. It's freaking awesome. It's a good time. I guess it's just a good time. Anyways, have a good week.